Hi, it's Joy, and today my emotional support baby Yoda and I are going to be reacting to Midnight Mass, Season 1, Episode 7, Book 7, Revelations. Fucking hell, this finale is going to be like a horror film, like a vampire horror film, and I am stressed and also kind of expecting nobody to survive. Honestly, part of me feels like the only solution I can possibly think of is to burn down every single housing structure or place with a roof or place to be covered from the sunlight, and then just wait, because there are no boats. So yeah, stress. Thank you so much, Albert, for sponsoring this show. I have absolutely loved it. I am very scared right now, but I am not scared in the spooky way. If anything, he's genuinely is an emotional support now. I've grown to care about these characters in this short time, and I'm stressed for them. But yes, if you're watching this on YouTube, you can find the unedited version of this reaction on my Patreon. All of it is there, and you can also sponsor shows like Albert. And yes, let's go. As he said, oh, by the way, you can't go in the sun. None of that was told to them before. It wasn't, you're going to need to drink blood and you can't go in the sunlight. Oh, yeah. Happened to her too. Will she be another Riley? Though even he had to drink some blood. Is he regretting it now? This wasn't your glorious plan. It was the most likely fucking outcome, but it wasn't your glorious plan. Fucking hell. What on earth? How badly are they losing themselves to this? They're forcibly turning everyone. Fucking hell. Do you regret it? It's people like this that I want so badly to be saved. They're gonna come to this house next.
That's why they just pulled some plugs. Because they need the boats. So they can leave. After.
God, are they all gonna sacrifice themselves to
It
stop
was a
this?
contagion.
What's any of this gonna do? The guns and knives.
Protection.
They get back up. You saw me. This isn't the way.
It's the only way. Buys you time.
Maybe it buys us a few more minutes. Dying for people we haven't even met. No greater love than that. That's what the good book says, isn't it?
That's what good people say.
You take the canoe and you paddle out.
Fucking hell. They knew they'd come here. It's one of their houses.
Again.
You gotta go. Aaron, no.
No. Get those children to safety.
Oh my god.
Take a word with Beth. I love you. Mom, so much.
This is horrible. I don't particularly like this one. Oh my god, is she brave?
Beth, I want you to listen to me.
Oh my god.
Because your whole life, I think you've needed to hear this. You aren't a good person.
Thank you!
She's stalling. Check her, I'm back.
She said it wasn't for them. Oh lord, she's distracting them. The allure of her blood will hold them off for longer. Fucking hell. I didn't like her ignorant comments about Early and his father and everything, but she just loves her kids and genuinely wants to be a good person.
Great waterfall.
I really don't care about your pontificating any longer. I never cared to begin with.
Anymore, it was you. It was you. I put that thing in that trunk, that's why I
Petty selfishness. The selfishness of everyone. Even knowing, like, he's supposed to be this great, good Christian who believed in all of it. It was for...
The rest of them too, of course, but no.
He could have just left the church and been happy with them, but no.
Those hard nights and...
Maybe if he wasn't responsible for mass murder, I might be more sad for him. I'm sad for her. But she deserved better than him.
We made our choices.
Yours got a lot of people killed. Finding all the piety he's felt throughout his life. It's all been nonsense. Every word of it. Oh, fucking hell.
Back up.
I know we don't have many bullets, but use one, he'll get up again. Run! 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 Why aren't you running? Shoot it again. If you kill the master, will the rest be cured?
Lisa.
Daddy?
No, Lisa, no.
Daddy.
Run! Run!
Oh my god. This is awful.
Gotta put out this fire.
No, we don't. We need to burn down every single habitable structure.
I don't know.
Going too big, it could. I mean, the whole island.
Yes! And then you'll all burn in the sun.
Blew his trumpet, and there came hail and fire mixed with.
You can't just pick and choose the bits you want.
And all of the liars, their place will be in the lake that burns.
Well, that's really awkward because you're a liar and a murderer, so it's a bit awkward, really. It's fucking pop in the lake, then time to burn.
Come with me.
I mean, my theory, my plan of destroying all habitable structures, they're gonna help me with? 10 out of 10, thanks, guys. There's guns in here. God, the very gun that hurt her.
We're gonna be okay.
Oh, I'm scared.
think we're gonna make it.
I don't. Oh, fucking hell, I'm so scared. Please no.
It's all mine.
Same.
Yeah.
It's all mine too.
They both stayed true to themselves, just like Riley did.
They're doing to people. Like something impossible not to do. But it isn't, Annie.
It might get there eventually, but not this quick. Oh, they're all gonna die, aren't they? The courage you have to not just try and find a place to hide. They're destroying all the boats. Like I said, helping us out, doing our part of our job for us. Oh lord. Fucking hell. Oh, that's the abandoned one, isn't it? There's a body in here. Holy fucking shit. Oh my god, babies. Can we burn it? Throw the lighter at it? Oh my lord. Brave, brave girl. God, it's that focus. Burn it! Pour the gasoline on it and light it! Pour the gasoline on it and light it! You've got to do it and then you've got to run. Come on, babies. Come on, babies. Someone will have heard the gunshot. You've got to be fast. Oh, fuck. Was it enough? Or did it just wound it? Run.
Lisa!
Oh, they left the gun. I mean, you are doing our work for us, making it harder for the rest of you to survive, so I'm okay with that. This show is also a cautionary tale for why you should never, ever let small communities like this isolated exist. Thing is, even if you destroy all the boats, if they're still alive, it won't matter. Because the boats will come for them. If there's no word from Crockett Island, there will be people sent here. So we need to make it so that they all burn.
The Heavenly Father will also forgive you, so who am I to judge?
You have been working with her and you knew who she was because you've been on this island for forever. If you were a new person, you might be taken in by her.
Monsignor, it has to be you. It has always been you.
No, it was never me. That's the thing about priesthood. It's never supposed to be about me.
But it always has
It's supposed
been.
to be about God.
You forgot that, didn't you?
I suppose it isn't you
Jesus.
anymore.
It's me.
And Matthew, do not call anyone on earth.
She literally learnt the scripture so she could
He
pick,
is in heaven.
like, whatever she needs whenever she needs
Woe
it.
to you, scribes.
You sicken me.
They burned him.
You know rescue boats will come.
They who?
I'm so concerned for these babies.
I love you, Mom. I love you, Dad.
I know, but they're long gone.
Lord,
There is no time to pray.
and touch their hearts.
There is no time to pray. Pray in the canoe.
They won't work.
Pray in the motherfucking canoe.
My mom
I know. Get in the canoe, children.
and my dad
And your brother now get in the canoe and grieve in the canoe.
gone, aren't they?
They are. Please get in the canoe.
If I'd known at that dinner, the last dinner,
I
I would
know.
have been different.
They know.
Now get in the canoe.
I don't think I ever saw you at Mass a day
Yep.
in my life.
She's not gonna let the non-believers
You were
in.
blessed. Killed your wife.
And my boys, I killed my boys.
Why did some of them give in to it and then others didn't?
The end of all things. And all those days you decided not to worship. All those days you turned your back on God.
Oh, just
Who
Beverly
your
die
salvation
already.
were-
I hate her
You just
so
didn't.
much.
God'll be with you.
Fuck off, you fucking delusional person.
All have to be welcome, or this isn't really a God's house.
Yep. At least he didn't used to stare at her because he was homophobic. That's something.
I'm sorry that we never told you, your mother and I, but
Fucking hell.
I love you so much.
Fucking hell.
I've been sent out the back. I'll take care of it.
Holy shit. We still need to burn the place down, but holy shit, Sarah.
John?
Don't go in there. It's not a life. It's not a life. It's not a life. It's a few extra moments. Is that all we're fighting for? She doesn't want it.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
She doesn't want it. Imagine finding out in your last moment, see if that's your father. Oh my god, oh my god. Quick. Fucking hell. Where's Ali? Oh my god.
The day you set foot on this island, of course you will. Of course.
Vile woman.
Terrorist.
Ali's there, isn't he?
Surprised you didn't wait till we were all inside, so you could really have your fun.
You're the only one
Made your
enjoying
room when it was
this.
empty.
Oh my god. Erin, do it! Fucking hell. I knew they'd all die. It's just gonna be the two kids that live. I hope. Oh! He knows he made a mistake.
No.
Poor baby. Brainwashed. But he didn't lose himself either. If she cuts his wing, he can't fly away. Right? You get so focused on feeding. Bless her. It's so brave.
Nowhere else. You burned it.
You did.
Burned it all.
No. No,
You caused this. Find a small boat and overturn it and just hide. So brave. Fuck you. Please don't make him watch his son burn up to death in front of him. Oh fuck.
What happens? When we die.
I really hope that version's true.
The body stops a cell at a time, but the brain keeps firing those neurons. Little remember that every atom in my body was forged in a star.
That's what Riley said.
I was before them, and I will be after, and everything else is pictures. I'm returning.
That's
Just
a
by
really beautiful
remembering.
sentiment.
I'm.
Do you seriously still believe? I suppose it brings you comfort. Anyone here that was murdered by a religious person who's now waiting for their death will be like, can you fuck off with that, please? But no, this is beautiful. Just need to try and laugh or else I'll just sob. I don't want the sheriff to die, but there is a part of me that hopes he does before his son. If he's going to. That will mean so much to him. Oh, he took his collar off so they could be a family. I don't even like the bastard. I suppose someone on the mainland will seal the smoke. If nothing else, a plane overhead, and the kids will be saved. She's gonna dig a hole. Everyone they've ever known is dead, basically. Normally. Oh, this is one where I'd like it 3 years later, how everyone's doing, or a year later, or whatever.
I can't feel my legs.
Yeah. Miracle's over. Does that mean the demon's gone? It's over. Fucking hell. Thank you, Baby Yoda. You were released from my death grip. Whoa. That was amazing. It was devastating. I'm not going to get into the whole subject of religion again too much, but I will continue to say what I say, that it showed you there were good people of faith who kept their faith and did good things, but it does also show you the dangers of religion, how easily religion becomes extremism, and how important it is to step up when you see it happen. Oh, the fact that like everyone but 2 characters died is fucking brutal. But it's also, you kind of think like they truly put themselves on the line. Even those who didn't have faith were willing to die to protect everyone else in the world. The fact that her legs, she couldn't feel her legs, that tells us that the creature died, because otherwise she would be another potential person, it wouldn't have happened. So that is a relief, though it's also terrifying that whatever it was, there would be something out there. Something I don't think I mentioned in the previous episode was, I'm glad that, you know, Sarah was starting to put together a scientific explanation, which implies that there is one, which I do like. You can take whatever you want from all of this. Oh, just Sarah, like the moment when he was like, oh, I've always wanted to tell you, and she was like, oh, I wish you had to. Then she gets shot and dies in their arms. Crazily brutal. I am so proud of her for spitting out the blood, for refusing to accept it. You know, you could almost think she'd get a few hours, then maybe a bullet wound is better than burning her life. I don't know. For Erin, she saved the world by cutting up its wings. She didn't try to save herself. I mean, I don't think she could have done at that point. The sheriff, the fact that Ali knew what he'd done was wrong, realised his mistake, but he stepped up. He protected his dad. He finished the work that his dad was doing when it mattered. Oh, not when it mattered most, but the next time it mattered most, he was there. He was just a boy, brainwashed, like so many others do get brainwashed. And the fact that Beverly, who had literally just got turned a whole town into murdering vampires, just refused to let somebody in because he hadn't been to church on Sundays, wanted him to die, had the nerve to try and claim he was a terrorist. It just gets you, doesn't it, every time? Fucking bigotry. And the worst thing is that Beverly is one of the more realistic characters. I know they're all quite realistic. I don't even like, I feel like often I like to do my huge, I like to analyse things, but I feel a little in shock after that. I mean, I suppose it would be reported as either like a mass illness outbreak or a mass fire outbreak. I don't entirely know what the authorities would they say there was a fire and they all died? Oh yeah, the sheriff was shot and his body was found on the beach, and then there was just lots of ash, because that's basically what it's going to be. Sarah's body, the sheriff's body, and loads of ash. And a few other bodies, actually, of the people that were just murdered. Genuinely, if that would have been the real world, it would become another thing like the Croatoan virus, or another sort of myth where no one knows what happened, although we do know what happened with that, but you know, like, it would be a sort of an urban legend that had literally just happened. I don't even know. No one would think the 2 children were responsible. And like, would they tell the truth? I feel like they'd almost have to tell the truth, but then they wouldn't be believed. Hopefully it would just be chalked up to 2 traumatised kids. But you'd want them to tell the truth so that someone could go and try and get samples, so that someone could know it was possible and try and stop it from ever being able to happen again. The idea that 2 children off the entire island survived. I mean, maybe maybe somewhere somebody managed to hide, someone managed to get a kid hidden in a cupboard somewhere that no one found, or some people ran and they got to a deserted place. Maybe they wouldn't be the only survivors, but most of the people that weren't at mass were asleep. Now, I would be wide awake when that was happening, because recently my sleeping pattern has been, yeah, I don't even want to talk about it. So I'd have been awake and able to potentially hide, though I couldn't actually hide. If that would happen, I would just die. There's a hypocrisy of a lot of religious people. I loved the mother saying to her, "You're not a good person, you don't deserve God's love more than anyone else." I loved it so much. And I think it was interesting that at the end, everyone that we saw was accepting of what was coming, but Beverly was the one that was desperately trying to claw back those minutes. It's like she knew that either A, she doesn't really believe, and B, if she does, she knows that her actions are leading her one way and not the other. I loved Erin's whole speech about, again, I don't know how much of this reaction is going to be, because a lot of it was just me crying. It kind of echoed Riley's, but with a little bit more spirituality in it. And like, I know one of my friends, she often says like she's not religious, but she does believe in like the spirits around us or whatever. Not spirits, but I'm not good at phrasing it. She believes in kind of what Erin was saying, and I suppose that is something that I can believe more, because scientifically we do know that energy cannot be created or destroyed. Energy is always there, so if we are energy, then that, like, I do believe that, but I don't believe it in quite the way Erin did. But that is something that I do find beautiful, and that maybe is something worth believing in. There are just a lot of powerful moments in this episode, but the real sense you get from this, overall from this episode, despite the fact that it was like a vampire attack on a town, murdering their neighbours, and then everybody dies but two, it was almost a feeling of weirdest thing is you come away from it with the feeling of solidarity, with the feeling of the most important faith is the faith you have in other people. It is being there for the people around you. It is believing in the people around you. It is not believing you are better because of your skin colour, your hair colour, where you were born, what religion you preach. We are all as good or as bad. Like, we are all born equal. I mean, I don't mean in terms of like financial wealth, because that is not fucking true, but in terms of goodness and badness, we are all born with the capacity to be equal. And it's up to us how we live our lives, but we should all treat each other with the same respect. And as a non-religious person, I get that more than Beverly does. And that's the way that the few survivors, they were willing to not only sacrifice everything to save the rest of the world, but to save the kids, because it was a lot. And just for the two of them sat on that canoe. Genuinely, when they were having their moment before they got on the canoe, I feel bad, but I was so like, someone is going to run up behind them and eat them. Get in the fucking canoe. Then when you're sat in the canoe, you can... I do understand that, like, that's the only home they've ever known. And not only is it the only home they've ever known, but everyone they've ever known is there. Their family is there. I can't imagine how awful it was to get into that canoe. But it was the right thing to do, and you've just got to pray for their sake that there were some other people scattered who'd managed to jump into little boats when they heard screaming. You know, if someone lives in a slightly more on the outskirts property and was awake, or woke up to screaming and managed to run and jump into a little boat, they hadn't... I assume the plan would have been to try and come after them the next day. Like, once the next night fell, they wouldn't have got to safety yet. Or they definitely started burning the place down. I mean, a helicopter would have spotted that. A flight going near the area might have spotted it. You know, I don't know. That was just so intense. Genuinely depressing. Like, that is not as much as I think there's a lot in that show that you could enjoy it on a second watch, I don't think that's a show I could watch again because it's just so depressing. Everyone died. But it was phenomenal and amazing, and it really did make you think. It raised a lot of important questions. It made me very relieved that there are Americans in the world that have some sense, because they're able to see the ridiculousness of religion. Just... it was everything. The characters were fantastically acted. I've seen two Mike Flanagan things, both have been phenomenal. The acting's been phenomenal, the storytelling, the realism despite the non-real elements, and just whoa. So yeah, this was absolutely phenomenal. Thank you so much, Albert, for sponsoring, and thank you for watching.